us on the web at mbradio.us.
I want to make it clear that the views expressed by our hosts are not considered the official stance of MBR Views. Remember, this is all about having fun and enjoying the ride.
Revelry! Drop your cocks and grab your socks. Get your bunks made, get your uniforms on. Police call will commence in 2 minutes.
God damn, Jimmy. This some serious gourmet shit.
We're all things veterans. We advocate, educate, liberate, communicate, congregate, fascinate, so we can proliferate.
You haven't seen nothing yet! Woo!
Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
We're trying to make dreams come true.
Well, they supported us now. It's our turn to support them.
The Revel Experience. Get experience!
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Revel Experience.
Good morning.
V
Good
squared
morning.
here, H train. We got caveman working the wires,
Yes.
and we got some snow.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
Crazy.
do. And ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that you're listening to the show that we show all the programs that are out there beyond the VA. My name's H. We got V squared here. We got caveman on the mixer. And boy, do we've got some stories, and we've got a top story that we're gonna get in as well. If you want to join in the conversation, you can do so by calling in or texting 720-619-0627. And the biggest one, we'll go over to the videos, and this is the top story for today.
Are you going to take where I'm from by force? No. So I will not tell you where I'm from.
So these are the people that are breaking into your country, folks.
Ask me, I answered you. What he says.
That's amazing. These are the people right here. That kind of attitude.
Let me educate you. Use it as a weapon. I'm not afraid. I'm so afraid.
Tripod to hold
I
the
need to
camera.
protect my family.
So you see, there you go. Violence. So there you go.
These are the people that are coming in.
Are the ones laughing. You didn't say no
It's
violence.
very easy to find my face, by the way. If you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow. There we go.
That. Let me turn it down a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so if you're just joining us, we just played a video clip. That is terrorist identified as Movsam Samadov, and evidently he just got out of jail. I guess 12 years out of jail for trying to take over a country like Afghanistan or something. And yeah, so
now he's set his sights on America.
well, not only that, but like NATO came out 2 days ago. No, it wasn't 2 days ago. It was on the 14th. NATO came out, the general, and he was letting people know right now, normal people, you should prepare. Flashlight, radio. He said that we need at least 3 months worth of food, water. Now's the time to start getting everything ready.
Dust off that bunker.
Yep.
Clean it up.
Yep. And if you haven't yet, go to ltdtactical.com. I'm telling you, go ahead and get your gear. Get that bulletproof vest. I got a bulletproof vest. I mean, I hate to be doom and gloom, but
You're a realist.
That's where we're going with this
does
right now.
NATO general, is he talking about the border? He's talking about Texas and the
he's talking about like they don't even think the election's going to happen. They think that Russia is going to invade us like right before. This is what I think. I think that there will only be a war with Russia if Trump doesn't get elected. I think that it's going to happen. I don't. I'm just giving my predictions. It's not facts.
So you're not predicting World War III?
No, I'm predicting World War III. But I think if Trump gets into office, it won't be a World War III.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, I'm. My humble opinion is that the stars are aligning. I mean, Biden in his tirade, not his tirades, but his antics and the things that he's doing, they're just making it that much easier for him to get back in office. People are tired of idiocy and I mean, no offense to our president, but I'm just telling you what the people are saying. They're tired of it. They're tired of these, they're ready for a change already. I mean, they can't get this guy out fast enough, and I know he's got a re-election campaign, but good luck with that, dude. Save your money.
I know.
Well, I mean,
hardly even worked last time.
Well, everybody has dropped out of the race except that Nikki Haley against Trump. But like I said, we're not real political, but I'm just telling everybody that's listening to this, be vigilant, and I was telling my wife this the other day because we were talking about like if we ever had kids, if we'd ever let them go in the military. Guess what? You don't have to have your kids go in the military now because the fight's coming to us on the U.S. soil.
Most likely.
In fact, they just came out. I don't know if you knew this, and this is confirmed because I called and made sure. Guess what the new qualifications for going into the Navy is now? They just changed it Tuesday.
What?
You don't have to have a GED or a diploma. You just have to score 50 or above on the ASVAB.
So if that's not writing on the wall, I'm not sure what is.
Yeah. And that's the Navy.
I mean, that's always, and the other one's going to follow suit. So that's always a key indicator.
Yeah.
We need people. We need personnel.
Well, it's
lower
funny.
The standards.
It's funny because when I was going on TikTok,
you sure it wasn't the Army?
Ouch. No, so when I was going on TikTok, I saw this video of Putin, talking and stuff. And I wrote to a friend of mine, I'm like, dude, look at the comments. Man, I looked at the comments and wow, I mean, as a society, like we're scared, they're talking about, Putin, that's our government. We stand with you and blah, blah. And I'm like, are you serious? Putin's still a politician, just like Biden, just like Trump, just like Obama, just like all of them. And they're going to say whatever they need to say to get you on their side.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You know,
Oh, yeah.
You have to look at their past. And it's just amazing to me. It really is amazing to me that where we are, it really is. And then I guess the caucus or whatever that happened in New Hampshire, I guess that was the lowest attendance ever.
You mean the caucus?
Yeah. It was like the lowest in numbers.
Jeez.
And like I said, and if you didn't already know, the stand with Texas, with the border, with the opening border, now there's 25 states standing with Texas. It's not just.
Well, yeah, if you're letting lunatics like that trying to get in, who wouldn't,
Well, I mean,
get behind, closing our borders off.
Biden put out an effort to to sue Texas. Hey, you can't do that. And it's like, dude, seriously? Anyways, also other news, Taylor Swift is doing a lawsuit against AI. If you haven't seen it, it's a nice little photo that's circulating through the internet with Travis Kelsey, and she's in like a hospital bed with a black baby, which I don't really understand the picture, but I mean, I've seen a bunch of them. They had one with Holmes kissing a referee. They had one with
That's so stupid.
what was it?
You mean Mahomes?
Yeah, Mahomes. They had one with him kissing the referee. They had one with him kissing Taylor Swift.
I always thought Mahomes was a little light in the loafers, but that's just me. The way he runs off the field, it's like, dude, really? Kind of switching and walking.
Right. Oh. Yeah.
So what else?
Caveman's
He's
looking.
trying to look it up.
Yeah, I want to
While
find
he
it
does
now.
that, let's continue.
All right, and then a big bombshell that happened yesterday,
Which is not really that surprising if you think about
Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar
It's honestly not that surprising.
are getting sued for sex trafficking.
No, sexual harassment. I thought.
No, it's sex trafficking.
Sex assault.
That's one charge.
Yeah.
And
The
trafficking?
story is afterwards that Vince McMahon tried to traffic the woman to Brock Lesnar.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
What an idiot!
And it was like when he was CEO. So it's like Brock Lesnar's prime too, pretty much. It's pretty crazy.
An interview on a podcast. It was Michael Paul, or not? What is it? Logan Paul?
Yeah, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul with John Cena, and like if you haven't, John Cena and The
There it
Rock
is,
was
right?
in the wrestling ring.
Oh no, okay, you got it.
Okay.
Look at the article below that one you just clicked on. What does that say? Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah. So there was an episode on Raw where John Cena basically called out The Rock because he had his promo stuff written on his wrist.
You can see it too on the camera.
So John Cena did something that I was kind of like, I was overtaken. I'm like, wow, that takes character. John Cena basically said that, he was new. It was unprofessional for him to take a shot at him. It was great for the entertainment, but because he was a beginner in the industry, and
they're all acting.
Yeah,
so it's like
they're
he
all
pointed
acting.
out something that.
There we go.
Well,
Give it a sec to load.
But it was amazing to hear his character, him telling everybody, and then
That's just John Cena. He's like the
and
model.
then Logan Paul, he was like, well, that's an amateur move, and John Cena's like, no, he was like, it was kind of an amateur move on my part.
So John Cena kind of has the reputation as squeaky clean, right? I mean, he's the good guy. He did, he's a family man,
positive role model. Yeah,
that's like his character is all positive.
Yeah,
he's pretty good dude. Anyways,
he is a good dude, and he makes some great movies.
Yeah,
and I love his what is that? What E-Trade, is it the commercials he makes with the purple cow or whatever?
Yeah,
those are hilarious.
Oh man. And like I said, if you want to join the conversation, hit us up 720-619-0627.
So there's nudity. There's nude ones as well.
Okay.
So I guess it makes more sense.
Yeah, I can see why she's so furious. I mean, having the black baby, something that's not true would be maddening or infuriating, but when when you get to the nudie cuties, that really stirs the pot.
Hey man, I remember when I saw the nude picture of Drew Barrymore, man, I had that plastered all over my computer. I was in heaven. That was when I was stationed in Germany, so it all happens.
And that was a real picture.
Nuclear winter will only last 500 years. That's no sunlight for 500 years.
Wow.
So Gilbert's giving us a prediction.
Okay.
Radiation only take
Good morning,
10,000
Gilbert.
years to dissipate. Hope
Good
the
morning,
survivalists have enough supplies.
I tell you what, Gilbert's guy. He sends me reels and texts, almost like all through the week. And I told him we're gonna have to have him on the show one time because he showed me a clip that he was talking, and I'm like, what is this recent? And he's like, oh no, this is a long time ago. So we'll definitely have to get him on at some time. And welcome to everybody that's tuning in. We're doing something a little bit different today. We're on MBR's main page. We're going to we gave the secret word of the day before we got on.
Yeah,
we're not going to give it yet, but we're going to tell you that the secret word, if you're listening to the broadcast and you know the secret word, when we say, okay, call in secret word, we're going to take 2 winners. Second place for the bobblehead goes to, whoever gets it will get Rose's bobblehead, and the first place winner, and I think we will know who the first place winner is in 8 days. They will get a custom bobblehead of themselves. We will pay for that. So good fun times, and
we'll throw in some swag.
To enroll into that contest, all you have to do is go to our Facebook page and our Twitch, our Facebook. And like the secret word, I think it gives you like 7 points if you know the secret word. So that just gives you an added bonus to, win. And, we're a rinky dink radio station. So,
dunk.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where, if you put in your name in the drawing, there's a 99% chance that you're going to win. And
I'm sorry. www.podunk.us. Don't forget it.
Okay. Hey, it's that time. We're going to go on our first break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking to the iPad. There you go. When we come back, we'll be talking about the What the segment. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to
the Revel Experience. We focus on all things veterans, advocate, educate, liberate, communicate, congregate, fascinate, so we can proliferate. We'll be right back.
What makes LTD unique in the history of tactical? No CEO has ever been through what I've been through with tyranny.
Mama, I've been catching thrills, won't you please forgive me? And I've been mixing pills with some weed and whiskey. I hope I don't see some blue lights crossing more than yellow lines. Maybe one day they're gonna get me. One day they're gonna get me. One day they're gonna get me. I've been losing sleep just to chase the wrong one, and we've been doing things that we won't speak on. I ain't gonna deny it, no reason to hide it. Say what you want. They love to throw dirt on me like I'm already 6 feet deep.
Been home about 6 months now, and I still have my doubts. Well, I'm not sure how I got here or how I'm gonna get out. Well, my mama says I look the same as I did before I left. But if she could see inside of me, it would scare her to death. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. Well, they taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Last Saturday they honored us in a small parade downtown. And when they shot off those fireworks, I nearly hit the ground. And while they smiled and cheered for us, all I could do was stare. 'Cause part of me is here at home, but part of me's back there. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Yeah, there's no end in sight. 'Cause even though I'm home now, I'm still fighting for my life. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. Well, they taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Well, the devil's won some battles, and he may win some more, but don't he know the American soldier will always win the war?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Revel Experience.
Hold on. We're muted.
Oh, we're muted.
No, you're not.
Oh, we're not muted?
No, that doesn't sound. Sounds
Okay.
kinda quiet.
All right. I thought we were muted. My bad.
Levels.
All right. Well, we are. Go ahead then, V. I'm sorry.
No problem. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we got our what the segment.
Those are cool tats, man.
Oh, for real. Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra?
And what is this one?
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
You have no regrets?
Dad?
Nope.
Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Well, I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
What the?
All right. So today's what the segment. This is gonna turn some heads.
Ruffle some feathers.
Yeah. Play the video.
Now turning to a story that's gained a lot of national attention. We're talking about the man who sued his date for texting during a movie.
Brandon Jones first spoke with a man earlier this week, and tonight you got a chance to speak with a woman at the center of this lawsuit. See what she has to say.
Yeah, I did. You know, Mike and Quita, you know, this woman, Crystal Cruz, says that this situation has been blown out of proportion. She also told us tonight that it's not uncommon for her to text her friend during a date just to let her know that she's safe. She is looking forward to the day that she can put all of this behind her. The past 24 hours has been life-changing for 35-year-old Crystal Cruz.
I've cried, I've laughed, I've been mad.
Cruz is being sued for $17.31. Why? Well, this man, 37-year-old Brandon Vesmar, says she ruined their date and his movie-going experience.
This is insane. I just couldn't even believe it.
Vesmar spoke to us Tuesday, and now Cruz wants to share her side of the story. She says he exaggerated about how much she was texting during the movie. Cruz says she only sent 3 text messages to her friend and tried to be discreet by holding her phone close to her. That's when she says things escalated and Vesmar asked her to stop.
I leaned back over to him and I said, well, I'm just going to go.
But things didn't stop there. Cruz says Vesmar went to great lengths to find her on social media.
He messaged everyone on my Facebook with the last name of Cruz. He messaged them to look for me.
Then a lawsuit was filed.
Let me move on with my life. I'll do whatever it takes.
And Cruz did just that.
I will love to give you your $17.31.
The two met for the first time since the date Thursday on national television. Vesmar has agreed to drop the lawsuit, and Cruz, well, she says she learned to be more careful dating. So again tonight, Vesmar has agreed to drop that lawsuit. He also told me that he wants the country to move on to more important things. He says his work here is done. Guys, back to you.
He did that on purpose.
My work here is done.
He did that to get on TV or something.
Yeah, he did. Well, you know, most people. There's a lot of people that do that, man. I mean, like, they'll.
Yeah, I sued Joe last week. I mean,
That's how
for
those
using
court
too much
shows
toilet
work.
paper in the shitter.
That's how those court shows work.
Right.
Like you can go on Judge Judy and you can just sue your friend. Just come up with a story that's good enough to put on TV. They'll do it.
They said we like it.
There's a guy on TikTok.
That shit's totally rigged.
He's been on multiple episodes of multiple different court shows, and he's just sued his friend, and they split the money after the show.
That shit's totally rigged. And
And I'm thinking, like, I might as well just come up with something.
Mercury
Me and
did that
HG come
Okay,
up with something.
So check this out. That shit's rigged, and this is how I know this is rigged. So when I was in high school, there was this girl that I was dating, okay, and like she was pregnant. I didn't know who the father was, but I was dating her after she was pregnant, and me and her, you know, we were we were dating, and after the baby was made, and then next thing I know, she wasn't at school for couple of weeks, and I'm like, I wonder what's going on. Well, then come to find out, her stepfather got her pregnant.
Oh my god!
And then
Oh my god!
and he got her pregnant by doing like guitar lessons or whatever. It just happened, you know.
That is.
And
just
then
weird.
the crazy part is that her and her mom came to me, and she was like, we want you to go on the Maury show with us. And I'm like, okay, you know, and dude, I'm like 16 at the time. I didn't know what the hell this stuff was, you know? And I told my mom, I'm like, yeah, they want me to go on Maury show. And my mom's like, no, you're not doing that, blah, blah, blah. And like, as soon as I said I couldn't, like, she broke it off with me, and like, you know, they kind of went their separate ways and stuff. But that stuff is so rigged, man. It really is. Like, they already know that it's not mine, you know? And they wanted me to go on there and do, and the baby is
Try to jazz it up.
Yeah, you know.
Why is the family trying to make money because the daughter
probably.
slept with her stepdad? That
Probably.
is so. That's just gross.
Probably. And the bad thing about it is, like, and I felt weird dating her because it was my best friend's sister.
Well, not only that, but I mean, if you're dating a girl that's pregnant, that's weird in and of itself. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I better, better not fully insert because.
So I got to ask you, Caveman, because out of all of us, like this is you. This is your prime. This is your age. And he's early.
He's early, yeah.
But let me ask you, Caveman, like, what's the worst date that you've been on, or have you not started dating yet?
Honestly, nothing that I would sue over. Nothing I would sue over. I've never really had a date I would consider like bad. Honestly,
Okay.
it's usually like it's either bad because you just don't like connect with them really. Most people just can't get over the fact that they just not gonna work out with everybody, honestly. Is that a suitor for $17? The suitor for dinner and the movie?
That's crazy,
That's
man.
dumb.
I mean, the filing had to be more than that. I mean,
Yeah, he was being petty.
He was
There's
doing
some
that to get on TV.
there's some people out there that are just petty.
Like
You know?
the final quote,
Some
my work
people?
here is
There's
done.
a lot of people that are petty.
Yeah, there
There's
is.
so many people, yeah.
A good rule of thumb: be with somebody, friends or whatever, date or whatever, for like a year before you even do any kind of commitment, because everybody has two sides. Everybody. You know, I tell you, I saw the evil side of when I got divorced. I saw the evil side of my ex-wife, thinking that it was gonna all go all smooth and stuff. It did not go all smooth, and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna be with the next person that I decide to marry. I'm gonna make sure that I date them for a year, and then I'm gonna make sure that I live with them for a year. Really, that's a big one.
Yeah.
You really want to live with them for a year, because sometimes their upbringing is not the same as yours. And what I mean by that,
That's putting it mildly.
yeah, and what I mean by that is there's some families that eat TV dinners in front of the TV. Okay, nothing wrong with it. Okay, but then there's some families that are, they eat dinner as a family at the kitchen table. A lot of families are like that, but and it's just different. When I was brought up, I don't know how you was brought up, but when I was brought up, we ate dinner at the table. We had a living room. That living room, everybody came, sat in that living room from like 8 in the morning until, at night. And then at night, then you could go to your room and do whatever. But from that time to that time, you had to be in the living room.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I was brought up.
We had the traditional dinner at the kitchen table or dining table, whatever. But we didn't have that living room requirement. We had a rec room downstairs because we had a big family, so we were relegated to that rec room, and that's where we spent most of our time, was in the rec room, because my mom didn't want all the chaos and noise upstairs, so we'd all go downstairs and hang out and watch TV, play video, whatever we were into. But we spent most of our time outside, dude. I mean,
make sure you get to the mic.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was pretty much just outside.
Yeah, we just played most of it outside. We didn't spend a lot of time inside.
So one of the traditions that my family did, my mom and dad and me did, that I still remember, that I really enjoyed a lot. It was a long time ago. WWF used to be on Sundays, and we used to go to Kmart and get one of those subs. You know what I'm talking about? Those Kmart subs. We used to get those, bring it home, eat, and watch WWF wrestling. And like that was a big thing, after church, which, I mean, there's not a whole lot of people that I know that go to church nowadays.
Yeah.
There just isn't. There's some, but there's just not.
COVID kind of ruined it for me anyway.
It really did,
because they have the streaming now, and so now my lazy fat ass doesn't have to leave the house. I can just
you can just watch.
Pajamas,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and because I do a lot of volunteer work at my church, but I hardly ever attend church. I watch it at home,
right?
Yeah. Well, speaking of dating, though, my ex-girlfriend was Mormon, so her parents were like extremely strict on like going to church every Sunday.
Well, hell yeah, she was Mormon.
What they watched, like everything. Like she had a little brother, so like everything was pretty much on like
no
parental
provocative
controls.
clothing.
Yeah,
always had to wear a dress.
And they let her date you?
I know, right? That's crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Well, you have that attitude, that easygoing attitude about yourself. You're a likable guy. That's what I'm trying to say.
At least I'm kind of chill.
Yeah.
If I was a little bit more crazier, they definitely would not have let that happen. just because she was already like that.
But
So
you
I
know-
was like the yin and yang there. Like she was kind of the crazier one, and I was
Yeah.
just like mellow. So it kind of helped.
Do you have like a most embarrassing dating story? Because I have one I'm gonna share, but I want to know yours, and I want to know yours, V.
Oh shit.
Caveman, do you have an embarrassing?
Let me think of a good one.
Okay.
Because I'm sure there's plenty.
All right. Well,
I'm
so
sure there's plenty.
Yeah, you
I can
started
think
off
of.
there. H.
okay, so my one of my first dates, and I'm still friends with her today, and you know, I don't know if she gets mad at me for bringing this up all the time. So we went to the theater, and it was when the first Addams Family came out. That that movie, that Addams Family movie. So we're here, and I had already messed up because I was all like all anxious, all anxiety going, I'm nervous, right? So I put my, Coke and all this stuff down, and I didn't think about the seat coming up like that. And when I went to sit down, I forgot that I had laid my Coke and stuff on the seat. So I like sat on it and it all came out. And if you've ever had like Coke spilled on your legs or anything, like, after a while, it kind of like burns. It kind of like, seeps in.
When you start getting sticky.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. And I'm trying to do this, with napkins, not embarrass myself anymore. And then that really changed because like after the previews, went and we were watching, good 15 minutes into it, I'm like, oh, do the whole, thing, putting the arm around her. And I looked at her and I'm like, can I kiss you? And then she looked at me and she's like, I don't know. I have to ask my dad. And I'm like, what the hell? And it wasn't that time when you had cell phones when you could text, hey, can he kiss me kind of thing. It was
dang, I gotta wait.
Yeah, you gotta wait, And I'm like, so it was really embarrassing. It was. But that was one thing that my dad did instill in me is the basics of how to treat a woman, how not to treat a woman. And back then that was the thing to do. Today,
Yeah, a little
not
different.
so much.
A little
Yeah,
different. It's a toss up there.
yeah.
But
Okay, so now I've told my embarrassing thing. Now y'all need to tell your embarrassings.
All right, I got one.
Okay.
So when I was in the Navy, I had this gal that was of Asian descent, and we dated. She was a little bit older than me, I think, but she was hot. And back then I was a dog, dude. I was dating 2 and 3 girls at the same time. I was just
You was a player.
Yeah, just another.
You was a player. Just
notch.
say it. You was a player.
Just another notch. And so we dated for about 6 months. I was seeing other girls, and I wasn't shy about it. I told her. So I treated her like crap. Well, one day I went over her house and I brought a friend of mine, and he was a gentleman, Southern gentleman. He was O'Brien the Fourth. So very proud tradition, very proud, heritage. And he had that, Southern accent and all that. And well, unbeknownst to me, she just was enamored. She just thought he was just, because he was treating her like a lady, and here I am treating her like shit.
Yeah.
And being just a Southern gentleman, she was just enamored. And again, I didn't pick up on it. Well, we broke up, and I don't know, 2-3 months later, I was horny, and I couldn't get no one, on the line. So like you said, back for cell phones. So I called her up and I said, hey, what are you doing? And so if I come over, and she's like, right now? I'm like, yeah, right now. She's like, well, I have company. He's like, that's okay. I'm on my way. Thinking I was all, Billy Badass, gonna rock her world again. So I get there, and she answers the door, and she says, this really isn't a good time, but yeah, go ahead and come on in. And I said, okay. So I came in, and I sat down on the couch and tried to get a little, cozy with her. And she's like, no, I have company. And I'm like, oh, come on. Well, he was in the other room, unbeknownst to me. So all of a sudden he comes out, and my jaw dropped. I'm like, what the fuck? That was her new boyfriend. So needless to say, I was totally embarrassed, dude. And he didn't tell me. He didn't say a damn thing to me. Like, hey, dude, just so you know, it's not like we were like really tight, but I mean, tight enough for him to fucking tell me that he was dating her.
Watch the F-bombs. We're on the real NBR page. Yeah.
We're allowed.
No, we're on the NBR page.
Oh,
today.
Frick.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's my accent. It's kind of like
doing the Audrey.
Yeah. But I apologize. But yeah, I was tight enough to know that he should have told me. But yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, needless to say. So I made a hasty exit.
Wow. Okay, now your turn, Caveman.
So we were just going out to lunch, and like on the way back, I had something like ordered for her, and it was open on the phone because I was waiting to show her, and she was like grabbing my phone to switch the music. So I knew like once it got unlocked, she was about to see like this present that I was gonna get her and like ruin the whole surprise. So I'm trying to like reach over and grab the phone while I'm driving. And I look back over and we're like halfway into the other lane at this point. So I like swerve back all crazy, and then we're both just like quiet driving for the rest of the way home. Back to her house.
She's like, I'm never getting in a car with that guy again.
Well,
she probably thought I was cheating on her, like trying to hide my phone.
Or you're looking at
and I
porn
was
or
like,
something.
God dang it. This looks so bad now. This looks shady.
Well, when I was talking to Caveman, what is it? Next week is your birthday?
Yeah, I turned 21 on February 8th, so 2 weeks.
Right on.
I'm going to buy him a big thing of Jack Daniels, I think.
You think?
I think. Do you have like a specific preference, or have you been a good boy and haven't done anything yet?
I don't really like to drink that often.
He doesn't imbibe. He doesn't imbibe that often.
Okay.
I'd say if you were gonna get me Jack Daniels, though, that would be all right.
Okay.
I would accept
Or
it.
some kind of flowery substance.
That too. That's an option.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the. Did you guys want to go to the next segment, or did you guys want to go on a break to the next segment? What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, let's do another quick break.
Okay. All right. We're going to go on another quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a woman that got 9 months probation for killing her boyfriend. Details next.
And now for the most famous words in motorsports.
Driver, start your engine!
RVs filling the infield, pedal take it slow. Got 500 miles to go. Living this life, one left at a time. Pushing that red line. Let's push it. Pushing that red line, right up and cut into the inside stands, rushing by with a roar in the blink of an eye. Ain't gonna take it slow. Got 500 miles to go. Living this life, one left at a time. Pushing the red line, yeah, pushing the red line.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Revel Experience. I don't know if it's still snowing out, but I'm excited about heading up the hill and dealing with all that traffic. But anyway, we got a special
traffic saves people from crashing in this weather, honestly. So it kind of helps. Because people,
it's not any less maddening though.
Yeah,
and I always like to say, I'm surrounded by idiots. No offense, fellas. I'm just the only difference between me and them is I'm an educated idiot. I'm not the only educated idiot, but I'm one of them. But yeah, dude, you got it. The bonehead factor is very high in bad weather.
But the devil, being devil's advocate, it's almost like everybody feels like that. Like everybody feels that they're the best driver in the world, and they sit there and they judge other drivers.
Well, just
everybody
like guys,
does.
I just stay
like
away
males.
from everybody.
Males think all males pretty much think they're race cars drivers.
Oh yeah.
And so then when I got involved with Ranger Road, I got schooled quick, dude. You're like, dude, I suck. I am not a race car driver. I have to learn how to be a race car driver.
Well, I talked to my wife about that because like she will not let me drive whatsoever at all. So like when we go any trips or anything, let's say it's at 18 hours or 19-hour drive.
She drives the whole way?
Yeah, she drives the whole way. She will, dude, she's like a control freak when it comes to the driving, and I'm like, when I drive, around town, I mean, I'm just so glad that I got married because I have a buddy that constantly says, it's green. Thank you, honey. I could not drive without you. Or, hitting the floorboard with her foot,
Oh, when I drive with my mom or anyone in my family, they're always doing that. It's
the best part was my dad. I could have killed my dad because there was twice. The car wasn't even close. He's in the passenger seat. So what does he do when he sees this car merging in? My dad's like, and I'm like, what, Dad? Seriously.
Well, you definitely don't want to drive with me because I have a small sports car and I can maneuver the shit out of that thing. I'm an aggressive driver. I'll say it. I'm an aggressive driver.
I think everybody is an aggressive driver here in Colorado. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to our next segment, and then that will take us to the interview of the week. Our next segment, hit that beautiful beam footage.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to do what you all think I'm going to do, which is just flip out.
Right, and I made sure to put her picture on there. Now, this woman, we're going to bring up this this video. Go ahead and play it.
Woman right there, convicted of stabbing her boyfriend to death, only gets a slap on the wrist. She faced the possibility of life in prison for stabbing him 108 times. But the judge ruling that she had no self-control while in a cannabis-induced psychosis. Todd Pyro is live in the studio with the shocking details. Todd.
This is a head-scratcher, Ainsley. The judge is sentencing 32-year-old Bryn Speecher to 100 hours of community service, 2 years probation. And the big one, no jail time. She broke down in tears after a jury convicted her of involuntary manslaughter last month. California judge claims she had no control over her actions after stabbing the victim, Chad O'Meala, 108 times. Psychiatrists in the case claim the incident was, quote, 100% caused by cannabis-induced psychosis after the 32-year-old took 2 hits from the victim's bong. She expressed remorse during closing statements, saying, quote, I wish I had known more about the dangers of marijuana. Had I known, I would never have smoked it that night or at all. O'Malia's family shocked and angry over the sentencing yesterday. The victim's father accusing the judge of being biased, saying, quote, he just gave everyone in the state of California who smokes marijuana a license to kill someone. The woman and the victim were dating for only a few weeks before his death in 2018. Police arrived on scene to find Speecher in a pool of blood near the victim's body. She also attempted to stab herself in the neck before being taken away.
That's the one reason. Oh, there we go. And I guarantee you that's the one reason why she got off was because she tried. Yeah.
Marijuana-induced psychosis.
Well, come on,
that is
dude.
the
2
dumbest
bong
thing
hits.
I've
Okay,
ever
I don't
heard.
care if it's your first time. 2 bong hits you're gonna be fine. High.
You might throw up.
Yeah, you're
You
not
might get
gonna
a little
have,
sick.
You know, cannabis. What do they? Cannabis
Induced psychosis. How are you gonna go into psychosis over weed? That's crazy.
So this is setting a precedent.
Actually.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
I mean,
this is
you
going
know,
to be the weed defense. It's going to become the weed defense.
and whenever you go into like a courtroom or anything, like lawyers use these cases to get their
Well, that's why it's called precedent.
defense off.
Because
Yeah.
now this has opened the door for other attorneys to use the same defense.
Yeah.
Say,
Yep.
okay, well, citing this case and saying, in this case, this is the reasoning behind the judge's decision. Therefore, we strongly recommend that you take these views into consideration, Judge, Your Honor. So it's crazy, dude. This is going to open up a can of worms.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like that whole Gabby thing when she died, like even though that Brian killed himself, I mean there's a lawsuit going against that Brian's parents because they helped his son get away with it.
Dude, but the police, I mean, he was at home for 2 weeks after their remains was found. He was the last one to be seen with her. How come he wasn't in at least, questioned or he might have been questioned, but he should have been arrested. He should have been arrested and say, hey, we have enough evidence to arrest you. We're going to arrest you and hold you until we figure out what's going on. Yeah, I mean, he had 2 weeks to prepare, pack his stuff, parents helping him, and he took off.
That's usually what they do. They usually arrest you until they get it figured out.
Exactly.
It's how it happens in most cases like that.
Yes.
It's like the first 48 hours they have.
Until we figure this out, we're gonna, we have enough to arrest him. Let's arrest him, get him incarcerated. I mean, get him held. Put him in a holding.
Then they actually figure stuff out. If they have all the witnesses, all the people that it could possibly be, if they just sit around and wait, then it turns into this marijuana-induced psychosis bullcrap. What the heck?
Not to mention 108 times she stabbed.
Right.
How do you explain that? Okay, I could see her getting angry and she stabbed him a couple times, but 100, that's rage. That's something, that's an emotional level of rage that, and you're very, very angry and you're very hurt, whatever, emotions you're feeling. But that many stab wounds, I don't see how they could even.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know how she didn't get carpal tunnel.
Good point.
Or tendinitis. All right, Mikey's up.
Yeah, we'll grab him at the top of the hour instead of going on break. But yeah, you know, it's ridiculous. I mean, but you know, the one question that I have is it didn't say in the report like what strain that marijuana is though. I mean, could marijuana be
So, and she's claiming this is her first time. Yes.
yeah.
That's even more
I
stupid.
know. She's claiming this is her first time ever smoking weed, and that she took 2 bong hits and she just went freaking nuts.
I
But that's whatever he's got must have not been fully marijuana because there's no way.
I don't know.
You think something was in it?
They're possibly because
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, I mean, you know, looking at her picture, like the mugshot or whatever, she doesn't look like she was. She looks
That's
like
true.
she was a couple sandwiches short of a picnic basket. Anyways, to be honest with you,
I didn't see the mugshot.
yeah, you know, she just looked kind of out of it. I mean,
Like groggy.
yeah, you know, like I said, I know marijuana has
a bit
different
bleary-eyed,
strains.
a little bit
Yeah.
bleary-eyed.
But could it have been laced with a little bit of fentanyl? Could
Well,
fentanyl
that's what we're thinking. We're thinking
Yeah.
maybe there was something in it.
Something that would make you actually pretty aggressive like that.
aggressive and paranoid?
Yeah.
Because I
mean,
can see the paranoia.
Yeah.
I could see
like,
the paranoia. I used to smoke with my wife back in the day, and she used to get so paranoid, dude. She wouldn't even leave the house. She was just so paranoid. Oh my god, there's a cop. We're gonna get busted. Hey, you know, this is before legalization.
Yeah.
Mind you. So, you
And
know,
I think edibles are totally the edibles affect you totally different than smoking. I really believe that.
It is a different feeling.
It is. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to the interview of the week now. We're gonna bring up NSCD up. So stay with us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have
Mike Gabbianelli. Welcome
Welcome.
to the show. Mike and I go way back. We were high school buddies.
Oh, wow.
Just joking. He's like half my age, but we've known each other for a long time. Great. Mike's a great guy. He's been-
So Mike, you didn't join him in Vietnam? I'm teasing.
You guys are
I'm teasing.
Welcome to the show, Mike. Go ahead.
oh, I'll say you guys are giving me a hard time. I'm just getting here.
I know, right? So yeah, Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how you got involved with NSCD and you know, a little background information, if you would.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a program manager with the National Sports Center for the Disabled. I've been working with them now for this is my 8th season going on this year. So I've been working with them for a pretty long time. Started as an instructor and just kind of been moving my way up through the ranks ever since. Yeah, I'm an outdoor recreation professional, AMGA single pitch instructor. Really enjoy rock climbing, mountain biking, rafting, skiing, ice climbing, you name it. I'm kind of just would love to be out there doing it, and have been in the field guiding and offering outdoor recreation experiences now for 15 plus years, from Yosemite, Michigan, Yosemite to things in Colorado, Utah as well. So yeah, and then I actually grew up with my mother has a visual impairment and is also deaf. So she has struggled with disability through her entire life, and I've always been so passionate about bringing these outdoor recreation experiences to the public and kind of making them more inclusive, and kind of just fell into the world of adaptive outdoor recreation. Honestly, it was just kind of like kismet, really. So, yeah. And soon as I started doing adaptive recreation, just kind of stuck with it.
Yeah, and with your mom's, I like to call them challenges. Your mom's
Mhm.
challenges, it was near and dear to your heart. So something that you were passionate about, like you said.
Honestly, I didn't like consciously know that when I first started doing it. It was just like I was drawn to this field, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And honestly, through working with this field, it made me realize that my mom had been having so many challenges throughout my life that I never even understood until like I joined the adaptive recreation field, and I realized like, oh, this is why I love this. These people are just like my mom, you know, and they're just they're overcoming so many challenges, and they're told no in so many different ways. And like, I want to be a part of the team that can say yes and can make this happen.
Yes, excellent. It is an exhilarating feeling when you hear those words. And you know, your mom must be quite proud. That you're involved in this kind of stuff and that you're doing these kind of things.
Yeah, I think again, this world, like through my involvement with this field, like she learned as well, like to like seek out those services, to like embrace the challenges that she has and not deny them, and like understand that they're there and learn the ways to live with them, you know, and not and really live and not just survive, honestly. And I think like since I've started working with the NSCD, I've been able to kind of share that with my mom, and I've taken her climbing. She's done all the things reluctantly as she might have. And through everything that she's done, it's like she just wants to do more and wants to learn more and wants to be more empowered to do things. And so it's pretty amazing, like just like both of us and how we can help each other, you know, grow.
Yeah, man, that is powerful stuff right there. It's very powerful.
Now, Mike, I know that you're on the rec side. Have you contributed or been a part of the competition part of NSCD, or have you had that? Have you had that encounter yet?
So we did have a competition athlete, younger athlete working in Denver through our climbing program for about 3 or 4 months before they kind of got burnt out. But currently, no, not with our ski team up in Winter Park.
Okay. Okay. I used to be a part of the NSCD's ski team a long, long time ago when the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Yeah.
With
You're not that old.
So, you know, the person from NSCD, and I know a little bit of history. The guy that kind of started it, kind of engaged it, was Hal. He unfortunately passed away not too long ago, and but from the time that he started to now, NSCD has really got it. Like the first mono ski was actually a bathtub, and you know he made a lot of um, inventive tools and adaptations and stuff like that. What's the most interesting adaptation that you have encountered since you started working with NSCD?
Oh, great question. Honestly, uh, I'm like we're finding new adaptations every day, and one of the things recently that's been probably the coolest thing is our new adaptive mountain bikes. So these are adaptive mountain trikes, I guess we would say. So 3-wheeled designs. They are hand powered cycles, and these things are honestly like you can, if you learn that how to ride one of these things, like it can really unlock like terrain for individuals that like they never would have been able to get to independently before. So yeah, we're just kind of getting to learn those things a little bit more, and it's a pretty amazing piece of machinery, honestly.
Yeah, and this is exciting times because this you're completely expanding your MTB program, your mountain biking and your fat biking. which is exciting for me because Mike and I have done some riding together. We both love it, we're both passionate, and he's actually invited me along to help him assist him with this program. And so he's got just a litany of dates that for this year, for the next several months. It's just really exciting because it's hard to find, for me personally, it's hard to find a program that has an extensive program like that. They'll have mountain biking as a component to a camp or a component to an excursion, but this is the first time in my experience that it's dedicated to those things, and I love it. I love the fact that Mike has kind of spearheaded this thing and jumped in with both feet, and I'm just looking forward to our endeavors. And I understand you just went on a ride on the 23rd. Did that happen, Mike?
Unfortunately, we didn't have the word didn't get out fast enough. We didn't have the signups for the 23rd, but our next ride is next Tuesday on the 30th. We are hosting a fat tire ride. It's going to be open.
We'll be there.
We got transportation to and from Jeffco Fairgrounds is where we'll be kind of departing from for that ride. We got equipment for folks. We'll be providing instructors and expertise. It's 100% free for veterans or active duty military. So just like kind of Vicente was saying, it's a really awesome opportunity if you're interested in exploring something new or learning more about a sport that you already love. It really is a great opportunity. We have some really awesome new fat tire bikes that we'll be riding. Again, if you're a mountain biker down here in the Front Range, but never had the chance or the extra $2,000 to buy a fat tire bike just for when it snows, want to come out and try one of those, see if it's something you'd like. Awesome opportunity to do that. So, I'll definitely be sharing some information on how to get registered with that.
So now
folks interested.
Awesome.
Now you brought up a good point, and that's one of the questions I was getting ready to ask. Here I am. I'm disabled. Either I'm skiing or snowboarding. How much does it cost for you to get, like a buddy pass or a lift ticket, lessons? How much is that going for right now?
Equipment and all that.
Yeah. I mean,
do you guys have deals?
We do have deals for veterans for our Alpine program. Let me pull up I don't want to give you guys bad information. Again, I'm based primarily out of the Denver office.
Your first lesson is free. I know that.
First lesson is free for veterans.
Your first lesson is free, and then
awesome.
And after it's 50% off, I believe.
I believe so.
Okay.
That was what I believe.
So not a bad deal.
Yeah, and that comes with the lift ticket, with the rental of the equipment, with the instructor, and their expertise as well. So you're right. I was just on the website there, and yeah, you get the first lesson free. And again, it's a great way to just explore something new. Or if you're already a skier or snowboarder, you want to take it to the next level, lessons are a great way to do that for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get V here to ski or something other than the bike.
Nope. Not gonna happen. Nope. Once you see me ride my bike, I want both of you. You will not. You will say, okay, that's what he was made for. Because, dude, I'm. Why do you think I need a new ski bike already? That's great.
We do have an extensive ski bike program.
It's okay, but
if you guys are interested in ski biking, Vicente, we got ski bikes up there. So if you want to go on a ski bike lesson, we do those. So that doesn't have to be snowboard or ski or monoski. We do ski bikes. We got snow goes. We really do have quite good access to quite a bit of different adaptive equipment for on snow for sure.
To put it in perspective, not to toot my own horn, but when I go on a camp, when I do a camp, whether it be NSCD or Steamboat or whatever, every time I go up there and I get my instructor, they're stoked. Why are they stoked? because this is going to be a fun week. There's no instruction involved. They're just going to go out and ride hard and have a great time. Things they don't get to do very often. Normally, it's hard work. So they're out there.
Oh yeah.
Teaching you how to do this, teaching you how to do that, and it's a lot of work, and it's sometimes it's slow going, very challenging. When they go with me, dude, we're like buddies going out to ride. So
Yeah.
they're like, this is awesome. Trees. I mean, I do double blacks. I do everything on that bike. So
well, yeah, you
they
can do
love it.
anything on a bike. A bike is pretty much easy. Come on now.
All right. Well,
That's
let's
still a
see.
level of balance on a.
It's
on
a whole new
slope
level,
like that.
dude, as far as I'm concerned. But I love that you say that because I'm getting a new one in a couple of months.
Yeah.
And so I'll have one for you available to use, and I want you to show me your proficiency.
Oh yeah, I can totally show you. Look, when I
That'll get
skied,
him out there every day.
Yeah,
again.
Mikey too. I told
Little
Mikey, I said he's gonna have
competition.
to. I want him to ride my, go snowboard.
I bet
when
you
skied,
ski
there was
like me under the
something
table
called
any
a
day.
French skier, and there were people. But like the French skier, you know what a French skier is, right, Mike? A French skier is one ski, and you ride it. Yeah, you ride it like you ride it like a snowboard,
okay.
but it's a thin ski.
Oh, right. And
Yeah.
your
Oh, all right. It's like
And then
a water ski, mono ski.
Yeah, exactly. And then another interesting category with skiing is teleskiing. Teleskiing is very hard. I don't know if
yeah. And some guys, I've seen some guys just be phenomenal, going through bumps, just crazy. And I'm like, wow, how's he doing that? So yeah, there's some really good skilled telemarkers that are out there that tear it up, And I always was fascinated because it attaches to the tip of your foot, so it seems like it would come out easily, but it stays in there.
What was you saying, Mike?
I got a telemark joke for you guys. How do you know there's a telemarker at the party? They're gonna tell you.
No clue.
They're gonna tell you.
They're gonna tell you.
Well, I tell you, I have a joke that I told a good friend of mine. He's a snowboarder, and you know how snowboarders and skiers are just the greatest friends. And when I was, I can't remember his name. We was in the games, and I thought it would be funny, but yeah, he looked at me. He's like, haha, not funny. But I told him, I'm like, you know what the snowboarder got on his SAT score, right? And he's like, what? And I'm like, drool. He's like, ha ha ha, not funny. Yeah. So
yeah. And Mike, just a little background, H Train over here is an ex-Paralympian, so he's got a bit of a swagger in his stride.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been on the mountain probably how many years?
Well, I was on the mountain last year. I did a little bit of skiing,
Oh, good to know. So we're going next weekend to Breckenridge.
I was trying to explain to
test his
him.
medal.
I was trying to explain to him, Mike, that when you're a competitor race skier, and you've done so much skiing, you don't do as much rec skiing after you retire compared to when during the time that you're skiing. And he didn't understand that. He didn't understand the I don't know.
I did.
Okay, all right.
What I didn't understand is the amount of days on the mountain that you're doing. I had no idea that you were doing 320 days a year.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. Crazy. Of course you're going to be burned out.
Yeah, I think I got like 2 months vacation, which was I think it was like June or July, and then we had to get back to it and stuff. So that's the thing that I hated about the whole Paralympics was the traveling. I did not like so much traveling. I did not like the traveling.
Yeah.
So
the ski race
back to
world is tough.
Yeah. Mike, do you guys have criteria on, the veterans that come and utilize your?
Does it have to be an honorable discharge? Do they have to have a disability rating? All those things.
Yeah, actually, criteria are veterans or active duty military with a disability rating, and there is not a level of rating for that.
Okay.
Now, when I back a long time ago, they had a nice little pass deal if you was disabled veteran. I don't even think you had to be a veteran. You just had to be disabled. It was $100, and the $100 ski pass got you into Winter Park and Copper. Has that changed?
Yeah, we no longer offer that ski pass to my knowledge, or really any the passes that you would get would be with a lesson with the NSCD.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
From my
All
understanding,
right.
unless that was a
Fantastic.
program.
Well, we're coming on that moment where we go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. We have a delay. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we have a delay. I was just saying I'm unfamiliar with that historic pass program. I'm not sure if that was through us or with just Winter Park Direct. So that would be something, further research might be needed to kind of clarify on that too.
All right. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, we're coming up to that time to shine. Unless you have another question to ask him, or
Yeah, I have a few more questions. So, Mike, you were talking about the mountain biking and the fat biking. Tell us, I've been on many retreats with you. So, tell us about some of the past retreats or future retreats. That one last year in Salida was awesome. We had a really good time. You had a good mix of things in there: mountain biking, you had rock climbing, we had games, outdoor games, we had debauchery, we had a little bit of everything. And so, tell us more about some of the other programs that you're involved in.
Yeah. So, outside of the mountain bike program down here in Denver this year, what we'll be offering is what we call our Military Appreciation Days. And that's every Friday, or most Fridays from 10 to 1 or 9 to noon, depending on the event. Currently, I'm actually at one of those events here at Movement Climbing Gym in Inglewood, and we'll be doing some indoor climbing for veterans here at the gym. We also do air rifle, archery, whitewater paddling, flat water paddling, and we kind of just rotate through those different sports throughout the summer. And so that's one experience that we have going on. That's, again, continuous throughout the year. So just kind of hop online to our portal, and you can kind of see, if there's something you're interested in signing up for there. We did offer a camp in Salida last year, which is really awesome. We did some mountain biking. We had we were staying up at the Great Wolf Lodge, or the Lone Wolf Lodge, I believe, and we had a disc golf course right there and right at the base of the trails. And so yeah, it was a really awesome weekend. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing that weekend again this year, Vicente. So I'm sorry about that. We are offering camps out of Winter Park though this year, which are the same kind of thing, where we'll be rafting, we'll be biking, we'll be doing all those things up in Winter Park. And those expeditions and camps are up online now for signups if people are interested.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds great. And last year I participated in the archery challenge. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. It's a nationwide program where they have probably 6 to 8 stations with 25, 30 targets on each one. They have a static range. It was phenomenal. I've never experienced anything like that. And I consider myself a pretty proficient archer, and I went out there and got my ass whipped. no offense, but yeah, it was quite a humbling experience, but awesome. So I was wondering, do you think that maybe NSCD might get involved with participating in that in years to come?
Yeah, we definitely hope to develop that archery program further. I think one of the main things is we're looking for the right person to spearhead that initiative. Because we currently don't have I would say an archer at that level or caliber who, would be able to take that kind of program and make it to get it to that level, like you're saying. Currently, we're definitely more of an experiential
Right.
for archery, kind of
Right.
getting you involved with the sport so that we hopefully to hand you off to some of those organizations that specialize in doing just archery kind of thing.
Gotcha.
They had a hard time at NSCD when during the Paralympics having a team doing the cross country skiing. That was really hard to man. They had when I was in, there was only like one guy. How is that program going? Has it built up, gotten bigger, or is it about the same, Mike?
Currently, I'm not. I do not think we have any Nordic athletes this season. So currently, we do not have any Nordic athletes. I would say it kind of ebbs and flows depending on need, and when those athletes are coming in to train.
Mm-hmm. And so, Mike, one of I think it's your biggest fundraiser, the Wells Fargo event is coming up next month, and tell us a little bit about that and your involvement in that. And are you bringing your camper so I can sleep in it?
I might be actually, because I might be having a bop back and forth. I'm expecting our second child soon, so and that's kind of
he's got a new
right
addition
next to the
coming.
due date.
Congratulations! He's a busy man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh,
I
really?
will.
Wow. Okay, yeah, you're gonna be commuting for sure.
Yeah, it's like the due date's been a week. Supposed to be about a week out from that, so I'm kind of like on call during that weekend. But it is going to be the weekend of the February 22nd to the 24th. It's a Thursday through Friday event this year, actually, Vicente. So in the past, it's been that Friday through Sunday event, and so this year we're going to be doing it through Thursday through Saturday. That should give us, calmer, more space on the mountain to mingle and do our thing. And yeah, it's a really awesome event. We have funders come from all over the country to sponsor adaptive racers, and they sponsor a team essentially, and it's kind of a fun race that we host for the adaptive racers and for the sponsors themselves to kind of get on a course and race. We host, kind of the whole shebang with drinks and appetizers and food at the base, and spice to mingle, and some other different events for some of those higher level donors and sponsors as well for those teams. Super fun event. Everyone's always really high spirits, really just a fun race for folks to get out and kind of experience what adaptive ski racing is all about, for those folks who might not really know what it's all about, and to kind of give back to that mission of
that's
getting
where,
those teams. So yeah, it's a really awesome.
Yeah.
My part of the event is gopher. We got to go. We need something. I'm the one getting that, and just kind of making sure the wheels don't fall off, and we keep the train on the track throughout the event. So that's kind of, I'm back of the house a lot of times and just kind of making sure things are running smoothly.
Yeah, and that's kind of the capacity if you volunteer for that. Is you basically are a gopher. They put you where they need you. I did participate a couple years ago, and it was a fun event. The thing that I didn't realize is that they give you, as a bonus, they give you a pass for the whole event, every day of the event, to ski. Well, I thought it was a pass to use at my leisure, and so Sunday came along or whatever day it was, and they're like, no, you can't use that. You had to use it this week. I'm like, you kidding me? So make sure you're aware of that. You got to use it while the event's going on.
Yeah, what we do,
and it's
what
called
we're
the Wells
hoping
Fargo
this year is with the Thursday through Saturday. I think we're ending early on that Saturday because of just again, traffic at the mountain has become kind of untenable on the weekends. So that was part of the reason why we kind of moved to that Thursday through Saturday. And so that will hopefully give our volunteers for this event some free time to go out and hit the hill And then if you're on my team, V, I'm all about ride brakes. So make sure you're wearing your snow gear when you come to volunteer so you can get out for that ride brake, you know?
All right. Well, we'll talk on the 30th for sure, because I'd love to be on your team. And the official name is Wells Fargo Ski Cup. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, this is the final year to be under Wells
Well,
Fargo,
it's that
I
and
think.
the Winter Park Open.
Okay. All right. Well, exciting times.
That's the one that we need to go to.
Okay. Well,
that's
let's sign up. We'll sign up.
That's the one that we need to go to. He wants to go to Keystone.
That'd be pretty cool. Both
Yeah.
of them.
You know, if I had you can get the Icon Pass on base for like basically half price.
Yeah.
You can't touch the Epic Pass. It's the best deal in the business. But you can get
It's still in business if you have it. See, I don't have that.
I know, but if you get, and I'm thinking about buying an Icon Pass, which includes Copper, Winter, Steamboat. I think Eldora. I think it has 7 days at Arapahoe, so it's got some meat to it. And I think the general's going to approve that allocation for next year, and I'm gonna pull the trigger. So yeah,
That's
I'll go to
fun.
Winter. I love Mary Jane. I love Winter Park. I love Trestle in the summertime. I mean, it's awesome. So. I don't have an aversion towards Winter Park. Believe me, I like that hill. A lot of people don't like Winter Park that I ski with, but I like it.
I tend to like Winter Park and Copper a little bit better than
I love
all of
Copper
them.
as well.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to pull the trigger on that Icon Pass, because I love Copper. There is a nonprofit up there. I don't know if you know it. It's called Adaptive Action, and it's a kind of a small organization. I've gone up there a couple times. The guy's name is Dan, I believe, that runs it. He's a vet as well. And he's a really hard guy to get a hold of, but he's very accommodating once you get a hold of him. He's like, yeah, come on up, and you want to speak for the day, and I absolutely love Copper. And
I'm
Winter too.
I'm trying to think of the names are escaping me, but there's a woman, double amputee, that she started the adaptive, and I skied with her, and I can't remember her name, but she's an amazing woman. Her and Keith Deutsch, we skied all over the place. It was awesome. Back then they had a shirt that had like the Copper Mountain and it said, "I tapped that," kind of like, I that kind of thing. It was
That's
fun.
very suggestive.
Yeah, we're on the main page.
Yeah, come on, man, we're on the main page. Keep it clean.
We have a comment.
Let's check it out.
Let's see if it's a question or if it's a bot. How's it going? Hey, what's up?
From our Twitch.
Yeah.
Dubs and shooters.
Hey, what's up?
Dubs and shooters. I'm
Well-
glad you pronounce that, because
Well, we are at that time for the last question, unless you have another
Appreciate
question.
No, I'm not. We're ready for time to shine.
All right, hit the. Yeah, we got.
Is this me?
First. There we go. Yeah, hold on a second.
Carlton. So, Mike, this is your time to shine. It's for you to discuss anything we didn't discuss, or something that's near and dear to your heart. Whatever you want to wrap up the show.
Yeah, I mean, really, honestly, my whole hope for coming out is just to hopefully get the word out for those veterans and those active duty military to know that we're out here and that we have these awesome programs happening. The unfortunate matter is, like, we have some really awesome opportunities, and sometimes it's just hard to get that word out to people where they know that this stuff is even up there and available. And so really, my whole push for today was to hopefully, just let people know, like, we're here. We got awesome stuff. We have some really great equipment, some really great staff, and some really great programs lined out for you all. And, just all you got to do is kind of get registered, and you'll get that information to show up. And, I think it's just an awesome opportunity that, I would love to see more people take advantage of, honestly. So, my hope is that we can hopefully turn a few heads today, and some folks maybe want to come out and bike with us next Tuesday, or come climb with us this, one of these Fridays coming up, or one of the other awesome experiences that we have going on.
Yeah, definitely. And I completely agree. These programs are highly underutilized, especially by the veteran community. And that's why we do what we do, Mike. That's why this is to get the word out. This is to let everybody know all the things beyond the VA that are available. And and all the experiences, my personal experience with these nonprofits has been passionate, wonderful people. But Mike, you're at the top of my list because you really bend over backwards to make it happen for people, and you're completely immersed and you're completely dedicated to our veteran community, and I highly appreciate it, man.
That really means a lot, V. Really, thank you. It's awesome to hear that that you're noticing that, because I give it my all to kind of find a solution, get you guys out there, and so happy to hear that you see that. So appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Mike, we know that you're a busy person.
Sorry, this lag is killing us. I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to see a video. I got a small video of our adaptive cycle kind of in action out at our trails. Is that something I could show on this real quick?
Why not?
I don't know how we have to download it.
So you have to send it to you.
Yeah, and with the lag, I don't think that's gonna work. With the
One sec, let me see. It's giving me the option to send it to you.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. Well, while he's doing that, we want to go ahead and say a big, huge shout out to Internet Radio Network, Sky Blue Radio, Star Radio, Basics Radio, DV Radio. Because of them,
Operation Good Boy,
and because of Dunkin' Donuts, who caters every
Jersey
morning.
Mike's.
We want to thank you for helping and supporting this show. Without you guys, this mission would not be accomplished, and we
wouldn't make our dreams come true. So what did that say? You have too many?
Yeah.
Too many.
So we're running out of time. Mike.
Okay.
Well,
I'm not able to figure it out either.
Yeah, you can send it to us, and we'll share it on a later episode.
That'd be awesome,
because we'd love to get that out.
Yeah. Mike, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. We can tell that you're even at work as we're talking. Yeah. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, see you on Tuesday, and thank you guys for taking the time to let me join the show. I really appreciate it. We'll see you guys later.
Right, Mike. Have a great day.
Once again, everybody, that is, I can't pronounce
Mike Gabbianelli, program director at NSCD. He wears many hats. And he's very talented. I've done archery with him. I've done air rifle with him, rock climbing, mountain biking. Haven't got on the mountain in the winter yet, but because when I first met him, he said he didn't do winter sports. And I'm like, huh? But I misheard him. He says, I haven't been doing a lot of it because I'm so busy. But yeah, apparently he likes to go on the mountain, and he's intrigued by the snow go, as are you. So I'm looking forward to a little friendly competition.
You know what's so funny? What's so funny is you find it a lot in a mountain town. I found it in Aspen. I found it in Granby when I was there. These individuals that live there, they hardly ever get to ski the mountain because they're always working. That's how expensive it is. When I skied, they used to make fun of me because instead of going to like the local market there, you got like 45% off, food and stuff. Instead of doing that, I was such a cheapskate. I literally would get in my vehicle and I would go to McDonald's and I would get food because McDonald's was cheaper than
the mountain food.
Yeah. I mean, it
way
is
cheaper. I mean,
expensive.
you could provide McDonald's for you all week at one meal at a mountain chalet. I mean,
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
To get one of like a clam chowder and then like in a bread bowl or whatever, it was like $25.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And then they tease you with which is it's a decent discount, but if you use your Epic Pass at checkout, you get a discount. And it's a decent. I mean, last time we went out, my buddy bought some chicken fingers or something. Because I'm like you, I pack my own food. I'm too cheap. And I'm not paying those exorbitant prices. So he bought me a hot chocolate, and him a hot chocolate, and it's like chicken fingers platter. And it was like $25.
Yeah, and
Jeez, for 2 drinks.
Yeah,
and chicken
Yeah,
fingers.
and that was $8
That's
off.
crazy.
$8 off. So it was actually more than that. So we got $8 off because I used my Epic Pass. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Now, remember the one thing that I will say is that when you go skiing, the secret ingredient is to take a Cliff Bar or
Kind Bar.
Yeah, you want to take a bunch of those because trust me, after one run, you're going to be hungry.
Yeah, and and I've learned over the years, because I used to be, big lunch guy, pack a lunch, which I do still pack a lunch, but when I'm on the mountain, it's like you said, it's just to satiate your appetite. You're not trying to fatten yourself, because if you eat a big meal at lunch and then you go back, because I really don't take a lunch break. So, but if you do have buddies that, hey, can we stop for? Yeah. If you eat a big lunch, you're going to be lethargic out there.
Oh yeah,
you're going
to be in food coma.
Yeah,
you're going to be like,
you want to save that
on the
big
ski
lunch.
lift.
You want to save that big lunch for after your day, like on the drive home or before you in the parking lot before you leave, whatever. But yeah, don't eat that. You'll pay the price. You just won't feel, up to your
Catch
normal
a sty or something.
Yeah,
on the
man.
mountain, too.
You won't be able to maneuver. You're like, oh man, oh, and then there you do an endo.
Now, have you ever skied Aspen?
I have.
Okay, other than Snowmass with the DAV Sports Clinic, like have you
No,
skied it?
I've done it with shoot. What is the name of that? What's the organization up there?
BOEC?
No, not in Aspen.
Oh, adaptive.
No.
Okay.
That is why does it escape me?
Are you talking about Vail Ski Club?
No, it's in Aspen.
Oh, Challenge Aspen.
Challenge Aspen.
Yeah.
And Camo. And I've done a lot of things with them. Yeah, they give you the option of skiing all 5 mountains with their camp. So if one day you wake up and you say, hey, can we ski Aspen today, or can we ski Buttermilk, whatever, they'll let you go over there and ski it. So that's what I did one year, and I didn't do it enough. I wanted to do it more. So I'm looking for, they have a new thing out there called Western Slope Socials, which is usually Thursday through Saturday, something like that. You have to pay for your lodging. No, you have to pay for your way up there. And then there's a fee that you have to pay. And then everything else is taken care of. And then they have the camps as well, those are kind of hard to get into. Camo's kind of changed their policy, because for a while there, it was one and done. If you'd gone you're not allowed to come back up, which kind of really chapped my butt. But now they're kind of being a little more lenient. And because I went to several Camo events this last summer. I went to that archery challenge through Camo. I went to a rafting and event with them, and it was like 3 events. Boom, boom, boom. And I think a lot of times, in these camps, you go to these camps and you're a frequent flyer, and they have slots. They remember you. So they'll call you. Hey, dude, man, we got open. You want to go? Heck yeah, I want to go. So it pays dividends if you participate in these programs, And like I said earlier, they're highly, in my opinion, these programs are highly underutilized. Now, certain ones like stars, like, winter ones seem to be more popular, because like right now, I go through cycles. I don't know if it's my menopause or what it is, but I go through cycles, and this year I was in one of those moods, and I was like, I'm not signing up for any camps. And part of it was because of the crappy snow in the beginning of this season. I mean, we got hardly any snow in December and November. So I was like, I'm not going. I'm not going to waste my time and be disappointed. But then all of a sudden we started getting dumped on. And I was like, "Oh, I messed up." So I had to call up Steamboat. They're like, "Oh, we're full. Put me on the wait list." I called up NSCD. We're full. Put me on the wait list. I think I am going to get into Telluride camp. That's another great camp that you should look into. Telluride is just incredible. And I might be able to go to what's the other one? NAC.
Okay.
Have you been there?
I've pretty much been to every ski like resort here in Colorado. I've been there. I was gonna say
NAC
that.
is not here in Colorado.
Huh?
It's in Utah.
Oh, you're talking about Park City.
Park City, yeah.
Yeah. I had to go there we had to go there 2 times every single year. We had to go there just a friendly competition, and then usually nationals was done there.
Sanctioned race?
Yes. And it was always this one hill. And they put injected ice on there. And I was all like scared until I learned how to, really be on my edges, and it was a little bit better. But yeah, it was one hill, and it was funny because when you go skiing, if you have a visual disability, and you can tell you have a visual disability if you don't have the jacket on, you go into the ski line. And one year, Teague, one of my friends, he's an amazing individual. He skis with one arm and one leg. And we're getting ready to go into the entrance, and this civilian, you could tell she was civilian. You could tell she had money. You could tell the ones that have money because they're all like, bling bling and stuff. And she comes over and she's like, he gets to go before we do. And he's
Are you
like,
kidding me?
yeah. And
Are you kidding me? She said that?
And he's like, well, you want to change places? It's like,
yeah. Let me get my tools out.
But hey, you have all kinds of people,
Yeah.
You have people that park in handicap. Hey, I'm not handicapped, but I'm only going to be here for like 15 minutes. It don't matter.
The big
You
one I
have
hate
people
is
like that.
The big one I hate is when they pull in, like, let's say it's at the supermarket or at the rec center, they're dropping someone off or someone's running into the store and they pull into the handicap spot and they leave their engine running. So they think it's okay because their engine's running. It's like, dude, it
I
doesn't
hate
matter.
that.
Get out. I'll tell them, move, or I'm calling the cops.
Well,
Especially if somebody needs it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just.
The one thing I was going to say, the thing I loved about Aspen, and I kind of wish they would implement it at Winter Park or all these other ski resorts, is they have a wire on the ski lift to where you can plug it in your phone and you can play music. They got speakers on.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's so awesome. That they have that, and they have the gondola, and that was a big thing with me with skiing. Like, I had the best time of my life as long as I had music.
I gotta have music. I'm doing anything I do, anything I'd have to have music.
Right.
But one of the neat things that some of the resorts are doing is they do have a handicap lane.
Yeah.
So I know they have it at Winter Park. So they have, because like if you go to a lesson and you have an instructor, you budge the line. You go straight in. But if you're there by yourself, you can go singles line or you wait in the line. But now some of the resorts like Winter Park have a handicap entry,
right?
Entryway, and you can go in there and budge the line. I love that feature.
Yeah, I always wear my Paralympic jacket. That way I don't have to worry about it. If you don't wear your Paralympic jacket, most of the time you have to like be partners with like a monoski because you don't exactly look disabled kind of thing. So
yeah.
But hey, we are at that moment where we're going to do the tribute to the troops. And before we go to the tribute, hold on a second. Before we go to the tribute to the troops, I want to say this. We're doing a tribute for her in about, I believe, Friday or Monday. But there was a fellow veteran that did the radio show like we do for Vet Radio. She lost her battle with PTSD Michelle Young, she died, I believe, Wednesday. She was 34.
May she rest in peace.
And our hearts go out to her family during this time. But I wanted to give my condolences, even though we're doing the tribute next week. But now we can do the tribute to the troops.
Sir, I don't know how to tell this story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell the American people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Friends and family, thank you for tuning in today as NBR pays tribute to Navy Special Warfare Operator, First Class Christopher J. Chambers, 37, of Massachusetts, who was declared lost at sea on January 21, 2024, off the coast of Somalia during an Iranian weapons seizure mission. Chambers enlisted in the Navy in 2012 and graduated from SEAL training in 2014. Chambers was a true hero. On behalf of us here at NBR, we want to say thank you, Special Operator Chris J. Chambers, for your service and dedication to our country. Our thoughts and prayers are with your family, friends, and those who served alongside.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop. And his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm not sure what that noise was, but
That was me.
H-Train.
That was me going, ha ha, because we're almost done. And I tell you what, if you're listening and you know that we're the secret word of the day is wobble wobble. There you go. There you go. If you take that secret word and you go into our Facebook page, we have a contest. Win a bubblehead of yourself. And follow us. I mean, you get like so many points. Like if you follow Facebook, follow Twitter, follow Twitch, you get like so many points. But like for 7 points, that's the secret word of the day. And now V's gonna go over there and put in that. Well, he's got his book out.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yeah.
How do people participate that are old school like me that aren't very savvy in social media or don't have accounts? Is there a way they can participate?
Yeah, it's called create an account, like it, and then don't ever use it again.
Oh, we can't call in and enter the contest?
No, it's a follow thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay, if you say so.
Hey, we will. I'll tell you what, we will do a call-in thing sooner or later, because when I was at the embroiderer grabbing his
Oh, look
jersey,
at him. I didn't even
yeah,
realize it's all official now.
yeah. So when I was at his when I grabbed that shirt, he also gave me one of the old style shirts with the MBR logo. And here in the next week or so, after we get done with this contest, we're probably going to have another contest. And that contest is going to be for
That'll be
a shirt. We're going to call it the honorary MBR listener shirt. And the only way that you can get it is by listening to us all the time. And if we start seeing your name completely all the time, then you have
on
a
the
good
show?
chance of winning. Yeah.
And you could be possibly on the show. So maybe the
Yeah.
honorary
That'd be pretty
VJ.
cool.
Yeah, and we have a new segment coming up. We're probably starting in about a month or whatever. It's V's segment.
It's called Soldier Spotlight.
Yeah.
So we're going to feature a veteran. We're still working out the details, but we're going to feature a veteran hopefully every week and kind of just tell their story: success, failure, struggles, epiphanies, anything that's on their mind and their heart that they want to discuss, and just kind of give them a platform, because we had one guy that emailed us recently, and man, what a hard luck story that guy had.
Right.
Holy cow. A lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles, and he's still going strong. So it just kind of came to me that, we should do that. I have a couple of reluctant participants that are like, oh, I don't know, I'm not interesting. And it has nothing to do with you being interesting. It has nothing to do with, what do I say? You just tell us your story. All you do is say, my name is, you give a little background. I was in the military. What service? These dates, I was whatever you were, whatever your job entailed. I got out in. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory.
Right. Unfortunately, when you get out of the military and you transition to the civilian life, it's very hard. Like, a lot of people have made mistakes, and what happens when you make mistakes, you learn from them. And
Or not.
if you don't want veterans to struggle, like I did, like any veteran did, these shows, talking about experiences, talking about stuff that that you just hitting a brick wall, it really helps you. Your struggle story could be somebody's plan of attack for so that they don't have to struggle. So that's the reason why there's so many shows like this. I mean, and it's not just our show. Like, we have a show almost every single day. Mondays we have the Black Sugar Show. Tuesday we have Dog Tag Diva Show. Wednesday we have a political show with Slacker 82 Alpha. Gets a lot of listens and stuff. Then we have on Thursday we have Oscar Mike Radio, and then we have Gunslinger Tavern. And then we have not only this show, but then we have from Sky Blue Radio, JT show, and you don't have to do video when you come here to MBR, but we do both of them. We are looking for, DJs that just want to do music, if that's something that you are interested in, message us. This is supposed to be an outlet, and every morning when we come here, we know that we're not the Ellen Show. We know we're not Oprah. We know we ain't gonna get 300 views. And if you're looking at this and you support us, I tell you, the biggest way you can support us is by liking, just giving a like, on a show, that number right there. Right now it's 2, we got 2 likes. It should be more than that, but we have tons of shows here at MBR. Even on Saturdays we do Barracks Talk, the DV radio. And if you didn't know, we have a huge issue at the DV farms because they usually house homeless veterans and give them different skills, working at the farm and stuff like that.
Skills.
And they can't do that right now because the septic system is out of whack. I almost mentioned porta potties, but they're like, if you're going to do it, you need to do it right. So there's a lot of options out there. And if you didn't know, to the right where it says DV radio, there's a little scan thing. If you can give $5 or whatever, great. Check and see what comment we have on there. We got a comment. Let's see if it's a sending good vibe. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hey, let me tell you about this show right here. Okay, this is she has more accreditations and certificates than I do on my credit report. Okay, she knows her crap. She does a podcast. She interviews veterans and first responders. If you haven't checked out Bulletproof Podcast, you really need to, because it's an amazing podcast. There's lots of podcasts on our whole thing that you just need to check into. It is that time. It is the final thoughts.
Five, four, three, two, one. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Sponsored by OperationGoodBoy.com. Use code at checkout. Military Discount Radio.
All right, Caveman. You know what? We'll go. What did you learn today?
Always, every week, coming in, a new nonprofit. Just a new way for veterans to get out there. Because I didn't know there's so many other ones.
Yeah, and I mean, you're military dependent. Your dad's in the military, so you know.
I didn't even know.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, what did you learn today?
Well, I learned, we get, and one thing that we didn't mention that's going to be a new addition as well is we're going to have a live music component. So we're working on that. Working with a great guy from Soldier Songs and Voices called Tony Rosario. We're going to set up a meeting in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, for him to come in and kind of get the lay of the land. Where are we going to set up the stuff, the equipment, and have a live artist in here, including myself. So brace yourself. But what I learned is that, you get caught up, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're busy with, promoting your product, but there are a lot of great podcasts out there. There's a myriad of podcasts to begin with, but I'm talking strictly veteran ones that I need to get more involved in, and I need to observe and watch and learn from, because there's some veterans out there that are podcasters that are been doing this for a long time, and I could learn a few. I'm a visual learner, so I learn best from watching other people do something. So that's what I learned.
And you've came a long way. You came a long way.
No, I appreciate it.
There's been a couple of times we've been like, no content, and we're getting better. We're jiving, but it takes a while for that.
Yeah, it takes a while.
The biggest thing that I've learned today was that the Winter Park Open, the Wells Fargo Cup, it's just around the corner, and
we're going.
Yeah, we need to do that. So, but hey, ladies and gentlemen, when this show ends, you'll be able to catch it wherever you find your podcasts. And remember, once again, we are here for you, not for us. We're giving our veterans a voice.
Yes, we focus on all things veterans. We advocate, educate, liberate, communicate, congregate, fascinate, so we can proliferate.
See you guys next Friday, everybody.
See you later. Have a
Goodbye. That's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of this radio show is available right after we go off the air tonight, anywhere that you can get your podcast episodes. And thanks for joining us today. I'd like to take a moment to talk about something close to my heart. Military Broadcast Radio is doing incredible work to support our veterans and bring their voices to the world. They rely on your generous donations and your dedicated volunteer hours to make it happen. I encourage you to consider supporting NBR in any way, form that you can. Use this